Well, hello there. I am Reaper02230. So I'm gonna be playing Diablo, and well, I've already played as the Demon Hunter, the Monk, and I'm starting on a Barbarian, but this is fun. But I think I'm gonna be playing as a Wizard today. Of course, male, because male. I'm a male. Let's see, what's a good name for this guy? Let's just do this. Of course, I can't spell. Okay, fine. Rude game. I was trying to put my numbers in it, but apparently not. So let's just hop into the game. And loading screen. Loading screen. I hate loading screens, but they are necessary.
Since my youth, I have been told that I was special. A prodigy of vast potential. I came to the Ishari Sanctum, seeking what knowledge I could glean from the Masters. But I found them fearful of the truth. I would learn nothing from them. But the old books, the prophecies they contained, showed me all that might come to pass, and all that I might become. Then, a star fell from the heavens. The sign that my moment had come. I will go west to Tristram to stop the darkness that the star portends and fulfill the destiny that beckons me.
So with this game, you guys, I won't be talking like
dead.
at all during the main storyline stuff. You know, when he's just saying random things, I won't actually care. And of course, if you guys don't know about anything about Diablo 3, it's one of my favorite games, and I think I'm on one of the easiest difficulties. Hold on, I was messing around. Okay, looks like I'm going to be doing this on hard, because I'll probably increase the difficulty when I'm not in this, when I'm not actually playing this. So let's just talk to this guy.
Prophecy sent me in search of the star that fell on this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
So like I was saying, Diablo is an RPG that's been going on for a while. I played the second one, played a part of the first one, but
Nicely done.
and overpowered part of leveling up in this game, you kill everything around you.
Guards, open the gates. You'll find Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
So let's see. If you don't know anything about the wizard, he's a complete glass cannon. Meaning, if you guys know what that means, he doesn't have a lot of health. He doesn't have a lot of health, but he does a lot of damage really fast. So, like, glass cannon. Ignore that stuff, just making sure that was there, because sometimes it disappears. I think it's annoying, because that's blocking my other characters. So...
Are you Leah? Rumford said you survived the fallen star.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but...
Watch out! The wounded are turning!
Wizard's really overpowered. So you basically have your basic auto attacks, and with this game you have multiple of them. With the basic one, you just shoot a bolt forward, and then you have your Ray of Frost, which is beam, of course, it's cold, hence the name, Ray of Frost. And of course, as you level up, you gain more things. I personally prefer the monk, and I think that's a
The
good
dead will
starter
overwhelm us
character,
all,
or
unless
the
something is done.
barbarian,
I
because
will
you
make
get used
certain
to
that
the
doesn't happen. Your
everything
town
that's
is
going
safe.
on,
Thank you. You
and
should speak
ignore
with Captain
that.
Rumford at the gate. He
Sorry
can tell
about
you
that,
what to do.
guys. So you have your number 1 ability, your number 2 ability, your number 3 ability, number 4 ability. You get those later on. I'm just gonna go down here. This is a little thing that I learned.
We've been
I'm
under
kind of
siege for 6
perfectionist.
days now. Uncle Deckard is still missing. Captain Rumford and the others are losing hope. I tell them not to lose faith, but if help doesn't arrive soon...
I'm a perfectionist. I don't know how close I am to 100%ing this game, but I play this a lot. I've been
16
playing it a
militiamen
lot.
went out, only
Let's see
Rumford
now.
came back.
Let's see. Campaign Act 1. See, I've done quite a bit. I haven't completed 100% it yet. I'm trying to. I'm hoping that I'll just end up recording it. Can't find a lot of these, but as you can see, I've been a lot of places, found a lot of things.
How could that help us?
A lot of it is just paying attention in this game. What most people don't realize, and they actually go searching around, is you just have to pay attention and look for, hidden areas, like right here. When I was first playing through it, I looked over here. You just have to pay attention for little things.
What can I do to help you fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Thanks for the warning, but I won't be dying today.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
There! That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
So, with this game, with the wizard at least, most people have some sort of thing, Arcane Light, or Rage, or Discipline, I think is one of them too. He uses Arcane Power, which is his mana. Of course, your health on your right. And with this guy, he's basically based around his mana consumption. So, once you hit towards the later parts of the game, if you run out of mana, you kind of screw yourself. Let me turn down the sounds. They're really loud for some weird reason. Hopefully you guys heard everything. Not sure about that. I'll probably look at the recording again. Boop, boop. This game is just a lot of left and right clicking. So if you play League of Legends, this is a game that you would like. Also with this game is you need to build levels fast, especially in the early games. Sorry. I don't know why I said that so weird. Because if you don't, you kind of don't set up yourself later. Once I hit the final boss, because I leveled up so much in the early game, and I just wandered around and killed everything and did all the side missions that you possibly can do, or try to at least, I was really prepared, and fighting the final boss was a challenge because he is the final boss, but it was kind of easy because I was so prepared. I'd almost over-prepared myself. But that's what RPGs are, is just leveling your character up. So most people, they would just run by and just be like, oh, I don't have to deal with that enemy. Yeah, I can understand occasionally doing it, but really focusing and killing and destroying everything can really help you out. Increase your golds, your damage, especially when you first start. With Diablo, why I love it so much too, is that it bases off your other characters too, not just the one character. So it gives you rewards for playing it multiple times. As you saw there when I went into my inventory or in that chest when I was back at the town, you can see that I've played this game a few times. And because of me playing it a few times, it allows me to have a better advantage coming into the rest of these. Oh, it gave me a chest. Okay. So, in here, in this room specifically, I fought in a few side bosses. So, be careful of that, because sometimes, you know, I got lucky and wasn't stuck with it. But sometimes you can get super easy, or one of them that's super hard. So, if you're going to try and clear all the side bosses, early game, I would recommend going with 2 people, or playing through, get a bunch of health potions, so you can just spam them. Because I'm only playing on hard, which is the second difficulty. I normally play like way harder, but I was just messing around a few days ago, so the difficulty's really low for some. I think I was messing around and just spamming everything, just only using defense. I was doing some weird thing on this game, but some of the side bosses in this game are so tanky that it's ridiculous how much they do more damage than a damage dealer because of their tankiness. Apparently you can't kill those things. So, as you can see, I've already wandered around and completely cleared that map. I could go over here and just go finish this mission and then go back to the main base in the first act anyways. But instead, as you can see, I'm just wandering around killing everything I possibly can. Because like I said, that XP bar right here is super important. And also, you guys, normally you'd see like a 1, 2, 3, 4 left click, right click Q on these, but you don't, because I don't use a regular monitor. I use a really high graphic HD TV. But here's one of the most this is one of the most annoying bosses that I've ever fought in this game. Especially with this game too, sometimes you just need to back out. Wallers in this game early on. Remember, sometimes it's good to focus on multiple enemies, but sometimes in this game it's just good to focus on one and just annihilate it, and then switch to another, because I'm taking a lot more damage than I should. But now that I focus down on one target and I'm completely missing my Ray of Frost. Don't do that either. Try to focus on aiming and not talking about random things. So as you can see right here, you know, I've got my second, so instead what I can do is, if I can find something to hit. Okay, apparently the game's not gonna be nice. It does that. I'm probably just gonna stick with the beginning, just magic missile, mainly because it's a reference to Pathfinder, and I'm a big fan of Pathfinder, and Pathfinder's also kind of like Dungeons and Dragons. But you know, if you guys are curious, so you just saw my left click. That's what the magic missile, the standard bolts. I'm gonna go. I thought there was more enemies around here, and I was gonna show you. Why is it okay? I don't know why it's doing that. Weird, but yeah. This well too, especially when you first start playing, this well is really good. So there's my right click, that's my left click, and then that's my one.
Need more time.
And pay attention to your cooldowns too. And you won't see me using my one a lot, because it's an AoE around me, or if you guys don't know what AoE is, area of effect around me. So mainly I'm not going to be using it a lot, because I don't, with this character, with these type of characters especially, I don't get close. I try to stay as far away as I possibly can, and I'll just kind of do something called shoot and scoot, which is this, where you hit them, and then you back up, and you hit them, and you back up, and you hit them, you back up, and hit them. And it's mainly because I play a lot of League, League of Legends, which is kind of like this. Or I play a lot of MOBAs too. I play Smite a lot too. So I'm so used to it. But in this game too, a lot of your enemies sometimes will have skill shots like the Wretched Mothers. Sorry, not the Devouring Mothers. Golds, all the gold. They'll have a lot of skill shots, which is where it aims in front of you and you have to try to hit something from range. And some of the enemies have it, so shooting and scooting, just hitting, moving, can really help. You know, especially in a lot of these games and MOBAs or anything like that. Sometimes you think,
with hopes of finding hidden
I'll let
treasure,
this go through.
came upon a most grisly sight. A heap of dead bodies. Unbelievably, as I was searching them for any items of value, they began to rise. I must tell them of this in New Tristram before it's too late.
There she is. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, shooting. Moving. So, a lot of people think you take a lot of damage in games, but mainly it's your positioning. I do a lot of strategy games, and I play a lot of those type of games. With it, you have to watch your positioning. And in this game, if you're playing a glass cannon, for example, what I'm playing as, you can't be in the middle of all the enemies. Now if you're playing somebody like the monk, who is really good at dealing large AoEs in crowd control, or CC, you know, it's alright to be in the middle. When you're playing the wizard, the witch doctor, I'm pretty sure you really haven't played him a lot. Twisted.
Diablo himself once walked this place.
The witch doctor, wizard, that's the last one. Right, I'm forgetting his name right now. I'll probably remember as soon as I stop recording. He's the guy that uses 2 crossbows. A lot of people play as him. He's kind of the generic person to play as. He was fun. Wasn't my favorite. The monk, like I said earlier, was my favorite out of all of them. Honestly, it's just with my monk, I've got quite a few legendaries and some other stuff on him, and he's just so much fun to play as, especially when you have dash on him, so you can just kind of dash around. So we got a new right-click ability, which is an orb. Yeah, so it's I think this is an AoE. Let's see. Okay, so this is kind of like a skill shot. You know, you have to try and, you know, you can send it some way, but you have to try and hit enemies. So that's a skill shot AoE, which is really good. And I'm surprised that they give such a strong ability to the wizard. So, as you can see here, I just kind of set one of those right clicks, which, again, right clicking is this, auto attacking is this, that's my one. Be careful with those guys too, the really big guys. If you don't have a lot of crowd control and you're surrounded by them, you have to kill them multiple times, because they'll just come back to life and they'll, oops, sorry about that, that was a major lag spike. And you just have to be careful because they'll come back to life and they'll just continuously wail on you. And getting overrun in this game is basically death with some characters. When you're playing glass cannon like this guy or somebody else, you know, you have to be careful.
But could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
So this is where I'm gonna call this part. This is probably gonna be the first part of many, and hopefully the first series of many. I don't know why I'm not using short sword. I don't know why I was having problems saying that. But anyways, you guys, thanks for joining me. Again, ignore that stuff. Just wanted to get that out of my inventory. So I'm gonna go, you guys. I will see you guys in my next video.
Don't you dare lift a